Imagine waking up in a world where literally your every move is watched. Well, today we're diving into that exact terrifying nightmare in this explainer of Chapter 1 of George Orwell's classic, 1984. To really get this dark vision, we kind of have to look at the guy who built it. As the text itself tells us, 1984, a novel, George Orwell. 1984, Eric Arthur Blair was born in British India in 1903.
Right, so Eric Arthur Blair, better known as George Orwell, actually lived this stuff. His time policing the British Empire made him totally hate oppressive power. And his later job spreading biased wartime propaganda? That's what directly inspired this massive warning to the world.
Okay, let's step right into the grim reality of Airstrip 1, which is essentially his dystopian, totally broken version of London. Picture living here. Our main character, Winston Smith, lives in a super bleak apartment complex called Victory Mansions. The hallways constantly smell like old dust and boiled cabbage. It's rough.
But you know what the absolute scariest part is? The constant surveillance. There is quite literally nowhere to hide.
Everywhere Winston goes, he's stared down by these massive posters of Big Brother, the ultimate leader of the party. The posters declare, "Big Brother is watching you," purely to make citizens feel hunted. And inside his apartment is a telescreen. Think of this kind of like a smartphone you're never ever allowed to turn off, and it's constantly watching and listening to you. Because of this tech, citizens have to survive on the terrifying assumption that every single whisper is analyzed by the Thought Police, a secret group that ruthlessly punishes disloyalty. But the party doesn't just watch. They completely brainwash the masses with their bizarre slogans. Blazoned on the massive Ministry of Truth are these three huge rules. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. They literally use these confusing opposites to trick people into absolute obedience. Which brings us to a really intense scene, the 2 minutes hate. It's all about weaponizing fear and anger. Every single day, people are forced into a room to just scream at a screen. Imagine the most toxic internet comment section you've ever seen, but in real life and completely mandatory. It's terrifying. But here's the twist. Deep down, Winston is hiding a massive, incredibly dangerous secret, a rebellion. See, Winston is committing thought crime. This means just thinking about something forbidden by the party will get you vaporized. They will literally erase you from existence. So, hiding in a tiny corner away from his telescreen, he opens a beautiful blank diary. Just by writing the date, April 4th, 1984, he's risking the death penalty to have one single private thought. And in a moment of sheer panic, he just totally loses control. He writes, "Down with Big Brother, down with Big Brother." He pours his most dangerous truth right onto the page. So as we wrap up this explainer, I really want you to try stepping into Winston's shoes for a second. First off, how would you actually feel if someone watched you all the time? No privacy ever. Also, consider how manipulated anger, like we just saw in the 2 minutes hate, can completely change the way people act toward each other. And finally, looking around at all the smart devices in our own lives, could a version of that telescreen exist in your world today? Definitely something to think about.